Hey everyone, I'm I'm about to tell you my story, and it's a strange one. Uh, and Doctor said buy an RV, and well, there's no why. I have a lot of problems going on, and none of the doctors know what to do with me. uh, and I live way up in top of Minnesota. Uh, Sorry, I'm hideously ugly, so I'm going to try to keep this where it's not so bad. uh, but anyways, I'm on the edge of the world up here, so I get the health care that I can, and it's actually not bad at all. However, the things that are wrong with me are not cookie cutters, and nobody knows what to do with me. So when they first get me, they go, oh, yippee, somebody that's not just the normal person, somebody that's different. Yeah, boy, I'm not going to tell you what everybody else says. I'm not just going to tell you, well, sometimes you just can't get answers. We're going to find out what's wrong with you, James. And every single time I get the same thing. All of a sudden, they don't want to get anywhere close to me. They avoid me. They brush me off to somebody else. I mean, whatever they can do. I'm poison in the world of medicine. Well, I have one guy in Bemidji, Sanford, named Dr. Dix. He's about 80-something years old. He's doctored all over the world. He lived in France. This guy, I call him the wizard because he's so frickin' smart. He took me on when nobody else would. Now, I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I'm allergic to opioids, so I can't take any kind of pain medicine for what I have. And I can tell you, it's horrific. I have a lot of skeletal issues I had a long time before this, but there's a lot of neurological stuff that's going on. Well, anyways, it got so bad. I finally, you got to doctor yourself, because you go to a doctor and you're just another person they're trying to shove through the door, and it's not their fault. They have so many people to see. They just got to get you through the door and try to do the best they can in 10 minutes. I've been referred to doctors that walked in the room and didn't even know my name. They had to try to find something, and they come back in. He goes, well, I can't actually find anything on you. What is your name? I got up and I left. Okay, well, anyways, they all keep telling me the same thing. You got to go to the ER at Mayo Clinic, and that's the only way you're going to get fixed, man. So, every time I've tried 5 different times, 2 by myself and 3 by doctors, I've been referred, and they all come back saying that not enough documentation. But in their defense, there wasn't enough documentation. At that time, I hadn't had a lot of the major things that were going on, and I didn't realize that during the summer I was okay, but then during the middle of the winter it got worse, and it cycled up and cycled back down. So it was a yearly cycle, and it's like 3 different things cycling through at different periods. But anyways, I kept trying and trying myself, and finally they responded back to me here. And at first it was dermatology, and then they said, well, we'll need a referral. Well, Dr. Dix, of course, said, sure, I'll give you one. We'll try it again. Well, they accepted this time, and they moved me to internal medicine. So now I'm going down the end of the month to Mayo Clinic, and I guess when they take you on, boy, they take you on. I'm going down for 4 days the first time, 2 days in July and 2 days in August, and they just work you over from top to bottom. And that's why they don't just take everybody, because basically you become a lab rat, and they dedicate everything they have bam, you get seen by everyone on the planet. That's Mayo. So mayonnaise, the Mayo Clinic lab rat. Anyways, that's why doctor said buy an RV. It's because actually they were telling me that since we figured out that when it was summertime, it was nice and warm. And in the middle of winter up here, it's 20, 30 below, you know. I don't go out, I can't leave the house from middle of November until May. I can't get out of the house. I'm trapped. So they kept telling me, well, you got to become a snowbird or something. So my wife had the crazy idea to buy, let's start looking on YouTube and try to find a travel trailer, see what's out there, what do we want to do and stuff. Well, we started looking. Josh out of Bishes, I think it is. God, that guy is such a character. I love him. Anyways, we kind of zoned in and we saw this one and we thought it was really cool. It's Transcend, Grand Design Transcend Explorer 240 ml. And the two of us seemed to fit just perfect for my wife and I. And we wouldn't need a giant vehicle to pull it with, and we can handle it. And because I'm so screwed up, I can't handle much. And so over Christmas, it was just crazy. One thing we found one, and bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, we bought it, and we kept it here all winter. And sitting out, I'm sitting in it in the garage or out in front of the house right now, making this crazy video. But anyways, this is kind of the first part of my story. So I may or may not become a snowbird, and I may or may not be going to Florida during the winter, because it's still kind of coming back. The summer is still hanging on now. And now with this, they may find out that it's not going to matter where I go. You're screwed no matter what, James. Well, I still want to go because I don't want to be in this goddamn godforsaken tundra anymore. I loved ice fishing, and I love how remote it is. You don't see, there's hardly anybody up here. It's like being away from the rest of the world. I don't live like you people live in the city. I mean, it's a different world. I have to drive 90 miles just to go to the doctor in Bemidji. I have to drive 90 miles to Bemidji to go to the Walmart. I'm kidding you not, man. I have to drive to Duluth, which is 5.5 hours to get to a Sam's Club. Dig on that, man. I'm going to have to drive 8.5 hours to get to Rochester to go to the Mayo Clinic. It's going to cost me $500 to stay for 4 nights. Health is not cheap, people, and it ain't free. I can goddamn guarantee you that. So this is my first installment telling my story, and I've got another video. I'm into 3D printing, and the first thing I made for the trailer was a couple of different things I've made for it. But I think one that's going to be a real good one is putting on, I've seen a ton of these videos putting on the screen door handle, and it's a almost fail situation on half the time they do it. And it takes like 2 or 3 people to do it. Well, I modeled some deals that snap into the track, and they're in there. You put them as high as you want them. You drill the hole you want. You size your handle the right width and drill it, put it together, and then you bam, bam. One person can do it. You put the screws on. They go through the piece I made, through the aluminum that you drilled, and it drills the backside of the piece I modeled that you printed, so it screws into that too. So it sandwiches the track, so it's a lot tighter joint. Well, anyways, I'll quit wagging my stick on that one. And anyways, thanks a lot. I know this got to be a long, almost 10-minute video here. This is my second video because my first one was doing the track thing, which I'm going to probably have to fix. So this is probably going to have to get fixed too. So, all right. Peace out and catch you later. James Burrows, doctor said buy an RV. 63 and still ticking. Peace out, my brother.